Pine Knot Road doesn't appear on most maps. It exists as a thin county road cutting through dense woodland, somewhere between small towns people only pass through. Truckers know it, locals avoid it, hitchhikers are drawn to it without knowing why. For decades, drivers have reported seeing the same figures along the roadside: young men and women, backpacks slung low, jackets too light for the cold. They stand still, thumbs out, faces calm, almost relieved when a car slows. What unsettles witnesses isn't what happens during the ride, it's what happens after. In multiple cases dating back to the late 1970s, drivers recall picking up hitchhikers who spoke politely, gave vague destinations, and showed no signs of distress. They smelled faintly of pine and damp earth. Their reflections sometimes failed to appear clearly in the rearview mirror. At some point, always near a bend where trees pressed close to the road, the conversation would stop. Drivers would glance over mid-sentence and realize the passenger seat was empty. No door sound, no movement, no explanation. Police reports exist, but they're inconsistent. Some list the hitchhiker as never confirmed. Others include missing persons matching the descriptions, people last seen decades apart, yet described the same way, same age, same clothing style, same quiet demeanor. Pine Knot Road doesn't take people violently, it allows them in, and once they step onto the asphalt, the forest decides whether they ever leave. Not all sightings on the Pine Knot Road happen at the roadside. In rare cases, hitchhikers who vanished years earlier were reported again, not as travelers, but as part of the road itself. In 1994, a couple driving through the forest at dusk slowed near a curve after seeing a figure standing too close to the asphalt. It was a young woman, barefoot, wearing a denim jacket far too thin for the weather. She didn't raise her thumb. She didn't wave. She only watched the car pass. The passenger turned to look back and swore the woman had moved several yards closer in less than a second. Later that night, the couple found an old missing persons bulletin online. The photo matched the woman exactly. She had disappeared in 1981 while hitchhiking the same road, same jacket, same expression, no aging. Forest rangers began documenting similar encounters, figures standing motionless between the trees, others sitting on fallen logs facing the road as if waiting to be noticed. None approached vehicles, none spoke. What disturbed witnesses most was the feeling that these figures weren't asking for help. They were observing. One ranger admitted that the longer you stayed, stopped on Pine Knot Road, the stronger the sensation became, the sense that the forest was quietly filling in behind you, closing gaps, correcting something unfinished. Vehicles stalled without mechanical cause. Radios picked up low static resembling distant breathing. Headlights seemed dimmer, swallowed by the trees. Those who left quickly reported relief. Those who lingered felt watched long after they returned home. Pine Knot Road doesn't just take hitchhikers, it keeps their presence, and every year the forest grows a little more familiar with human shape. The final pattern took decades to notice because it required patience and comparison across generations. Those who vanished on Pine Knot Road were rarely reported immediately. Hitchhikers, by nature, leave few records. But when investigators began lining up missing person files from different decades, disturbing symmetry emerged. For every disappearance, a new figure began appearing. Not immediately, sometimes years later, but always matching a familiar outline, height, build, posture, as if the road was maintaining a balance. In 2016, a college student named Mark Allison was last seen hitchhiking near Pine Knot Road after his car broke down. Search teams found nothing, no phone, no clothing, no trace. 3 years later, multiple drivers reported a young man standing at the same curve, backpack, dark hoodie, calm expression. He never stepped into the road. He never asked for a ride. He simply watched. One driver, without realizing why, slowed down and rolled his window halfway. The young man leaned forward slightly, not close enough to touch the car, and spoke for the first time ever recorded on Pine Knot Road. "Someone has to stay," he said. The driver drove away and never returned. Forest ecologists now note something odd about the trees near Pine Knot Road. Growth rings show irregular timing, as if certain years lasted longer than others. Soil samples reveal elevated organic matter where no decay should exist. Locals believe the road is not cursed, but functional, a passage that requires human presence to remain stable. Hitchhikers, unanchored and transient, are ideal. They don't scream, they don't fight, they adopt. Pine Knot Road doesn't hunt, it trades. And as long as people keep traveling through unfamiliar places alone, the forest will never run out of volunteers.